The future of Africa in AI begins now. At FTLAfrica, Nova 2 is your ignition trail. Explore cutting-edge tracks built for creators and communicators.
Master the skills shaping the future of tech. Engineer systems that power the world.
Lead with responsibility. Shape the future of Africa.
Don't just watch the AI revolution. Be part of it. Apply now and ignite your journey with Nova 2.
Want to lead Africa's AI revolution?
12 weeks minimum. 9 weeks classes, 2 weeks capstone build, 1 week demo and defense, mentors, real projects.
Lead the future of AI with tracks like Product Manager, Marketing Strategist, Workflow Explorer, and AI Ethicist, shaping innovation with vision and responsibility. Build and power AI systems as a data engineer, AI translator, engagement specialist, developer, or AI ops engineer, driving impact with advanced integration. Go deeper with prompt engineering, AI security and governance, and research and model development, pioneering the next wave of AI innovation.
Spots are filling fast. Apply today and ascend with Pathfinder Charge.
About 2 days ago, so I started AI writing and crafting prompts, and I talked about the word coherent, which is that describe something that is consistent, something that you can easily understand. Sorry, don't mind the junior lecturer that I have with me now. So, and I mentioned that coherent is one thing that we need to understand, because it's also the understanding of something coherent will help us to craft effective prompts. And I talked about these 4 pillars, the unity, the logical flow, the consistency, and the cohesion. So I talked about these 3 logical pillars, these 3 coherent pillar, before, sorry. So, and I talked about some of the 4 pointers that you need to understand when you are writing your prompt, the referencing, the transition words, the related vocabulary, through semantic search and semantic tagging, strategic repetition. So then we now move into prompt writing, and we talked about the strategy in coherent output. So we talked about that you need to provide clear context, that you have to give a specific structure, you have to define the main idea, that if you can put these 3 things into consideration, you will have a good output from whatever prompts that you are using. So, and I talked about, when you are upping your game in prompt engineering, you need to understand these three things. That's the tone, the style, the voice. And I made mention, we did the practical talking about, writing a mail, and I asked that, okay, what kind of tone should be used when you want to write a mail, and we talked about using professional tone, and we talked about what did I mention? What did I mention? What else did I mention? I think I mentioned something. Okay, I talked about marketing copy. That's okay when you are writing marketing copy, because you need to convince someone. So that means you need to be persuasive. So there are other things, and I talk about the technical. When you are writing technical writing, if you're in a tech environment, there's something they call technical writing. So your technical writing, you are speaking the tech language, and most times non-technical people may not understand tech writing. So business writing is different from technical writing. So if you take technical writing to what's it called, to business environments, people that are the uh like the administrative staff, they may not understand certain things in the document. So that is why we need to understand the tone and style and the voice. So then I talked about the strategic control techniques, how you can dominate your AI to generate maximum output. And I talk about you being that you should give your you should state your tone. Your tone, you need to state it. And I talked about putting target audience. Then I talked about specific test purpose. The purpose of whatever thing that you want to achieve, the specific goal. So you can also describe it even in your prompt to generate the maximum output, so that whatever output you are getting is tailored towards your goal. So, and I also mentioned that you should provide style example, like the kind of output that you want to generate. You can give example, and I made mention of my LinkedIn post that, okay, I wanted to write a LinkedIn post a day before that specific day, that I had to add a previous content, so that because I have a structure, there's a way I write my LinkedIn post. So even though I'm using AI, so I give AI a sample so that it can follow that structure or that style as well. So today we'll be diving into the anatomy of effective prompt. What do you mean by anatomy? It's more or less like talking about the structure, the content, the everything that you need to take note of, that makes up your prompt, that make your prompt effective. That is what I mean by anatomy of effective prompt. So when you are writing your prompt, these are the parameters that you should have. Like, although some of it are optional, some of it is actually a must for you to have it, so that you can get the maximum output. So the first thing I have here is the role. The role in see the first thing is role assignment. Although it is optional, but there are certain thing when you want to generate certain thing, I will advise you that you have a role in your prompt. A role in your prompt, it will help the AI to know the kind of domain you want to speak their language. The way I said technical and non-technical the other time, technical and business environment. So it will also give AI the understanding of the kind of domain that you want to write their right prompt for. So look at this. I said assign a personnel to help AI frame its response appropriately. For example, act as a marketing consultant. Like I said last week, that AI should write what's it called, to write a copy for me. I can make the what's it called, I can make it more juicy. I can make the output more juicy if I add the role to it. So let me just go to my ChatGPT now. Thank you. So I want to go to my ChatGPT now. So oh god. Okay. I want it to fully load out, so it's still loading. Okay. Have I deleted it? Let me see. I'm trying to check for the last okay. I think I need another one. Okay, I think I've deleted that one. So okay, let me just go to my example on the slide. So this example now, maybe I will add it to the kind of prompt I wrote last week. So so now, so the role is act as a marketing consultant. Consultant, you know, that's the role now. Okay, let me just give another role. Sorry, marketing expert. Okay. Okay, write a sales, is it sales copy? Sales copy for future, sorry, future tech leaders. Africa on the okay, think for and so this is my prompt. This prompt is related to the one I used last week. So oh sorry. So you will see what we are going to get now. I hope I'm still live in this. Okay, okay, we have Isaac now. So okay, we have more people. Okay, so you can see now that he's actually generating the content for me. So now, okay, see now, this is another prompt. This is another prompt, you know, as a act as a marketing expert, because you know, sales copy are usually is actually to for PR, for to get in people. No, I said not for PR. You can say public relation, but sales copy is actually, you know, for marketing, like, you know, for sales. You want to sell something, you want to sell an idea, you want to sell a program. So you can see. So I want us to compare this with just right. Okay, let me just copy this and put it here. Let's compare. So you can see the two prompts now. They are different, but so look at this one. At Future Tech Leaders Africa, we believe the next generation of innovator will arise from Africa. This is why we created Nova 2, a bold program designed to equip young Africans with skills, mindset, and opportunity to live in the age of artificial intelligence and emerging technology. You can see that. Now look at this one. Africa is rising. You can see, look at the introduction, look at the intro of the copy. Africa is rising and so is the next generation of innovator. You know, even from the introduction is not persuasive. It's not persuasive. I've not even added what's it called, tone or style into it. But because with the fact that I actually put this marketing expert, you know, there are certain things that is expected that okay, marketing experts will have understanding of, and that is why AI is taking that position. So to reason like a marketing expert, that is why it is necessary to give a role. So let's move to the next thing. So the next thing is okay, number 2 thing is clear task. Okay, you know, so okay, let's go back to our we want to formulate a prompt. That is what we're trying to do. So now, you know, we've learned about the role. So this is the role now. Act as a marketing marketing consultant. You know, the previous what's it called? The previous instruction that I gave to ChatGPT, the instruction here is write a sales copy for FTLA. But in this using this example now, so I'm going to put this one. You are act as a marketing consultant, write a blog post. So we are already formulating, so that's the goal or the task. So write a blog post. That's the task I want to achieve. You know, if I just post, write a what's it called? Write a blog post. Yes, I will get a blog post, but it's going to be a random blog post. In fact, it may not be relevant to the domain I'm trying to write something about. So that is why each of these indicator cannot stand on their own. So, you know, coming together of all of these things, that is what make them effective. You know, from the word anatomy, you know how, you know, I remember there was a time I met a friend that is actually she said she did a course that is called anatomy of the body. You know, how the whole skeletal structure, how the bone, everything. So, you know, the same way how the role connects to the task, to the context, to, you know, that is, you know, everything is what make up the prompt effective. So we have the task now, which is also the goal. Then we can give a context. You know, if I should send this what's it called? If I should tell ChatGPT to write this, it will still write. ChatGPT will still write something, but it may not be. It will not be specific. It will not be. It may not. In fact, it will not be. Towards. It will not be. What ChatGPT will give me as feedback may not go in line with my goal, like what I want to, the objective. So that's why we have to add context. Context. Where is my slide? So context or background, you can see now about meditation benefits for busy professionals. You know, why meditation is beneficial to professionals that are busy. So I'm adding that as well. So I'm putting all the what's it called together now. So if I should still run this what's it called, this prompt as it is, this instruction, I will still get something for sure, but there are still some things that are missing that will make it to generate something more specific, something more precise. So, and that is why we have to add the format. You know, the format now is okay, maybe I want it to use this specific tone. I want it to be within this range. So look at this now. So it says specific limit, desired length, tone, style, structure. So let me add this as well. So I've added this. So like you should make it in 500 words. In sorry, in 500 words, using encouraging tone with a call to action. With a call to action. With a call to action. That's the constraint and format. You know, you can even include example. You can, if you have example, like for instance, maybe I have been writing blog and I have a particular structure or pattern that I've been writing, you know, because I want my audience to still I want the content now to still be relevant to my existing content structure or content strategy, you know, so I can give my previous content as my example. But you can see that I wrote here when helpful or when necessary. So if you provide a specific desired output style, provide, okay, if you have, okay, sorry, if you have specific desired output style, provide concrete examples. So you cannot put here is the writing style I prefer, or here is the format. So, but because we don't have any right now and it's not a must, so or okay, let me just go to, let me pick a blog spot here. Which popular blog should we use now? Nairaland. Let me see. Let me just go for one trendy topic. Okay. Okay, let me just go for this. There is no, can't find. Okay. Which blog profile is, which blog? Did anybody here have a blog? Let me check. Where is my Chrome now? Did anybody here have a blog? If you have a blog spot or a blog WordPress website, you can raise up your hand so I can, or you can drop it on the, so I can pick. Okay, sir, please help spell that. Okay, rule. Okay, rule. Okay. Is there anybody that knows about okay. Do we have anybody that have a blog here?
Yes, sir.
Someone just dropped.
Diamondbeat.com.ng.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So
It's
I've seen one now.
diamondbeat.com.ng.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's Dr. Gabriel. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
So want to use this blog, Diamond Back.
No, Diamond Beat. B-E-A.
B. Okay, B-E-A-D.
.com.ng.
All right. Okay. So okay. Um, 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 um. Dr. Gabriel is not showing here on Google. Dr. Gabriel, is that your personal blog? Is it still active?
It's still active, sir. I'm also trying to visit
It's
it
not showing
immediately.
here. All right, it's not showing. It should. That means you need to work on your SEO. If it's still working, it's supposed to show the way the moment I try to put it in Google search.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's still remember this. Let me check if it's still going to. No. So is it still active?
Yes, I'm on the website right now. So
Wow.
Diamond Bead is one word. Diamond bead.com.ng. I'm on the website now.
BEAD.
ad.com.ng.
Okay. Bead. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Diamond.
This is it. Yeah, I've seen it. So like a newspaper. Okay.
Exactly, sir.
All right. So, oh, oops, babe, I need to. Please let me to on the interface. I need to plug my. Okay, it's like there are some technical error with the database. Let me just click another thing. Okay, let me go to this revenue. All right, thank you. Oh, need Dr. Gabriel, that is like there's an issue with the website at the moment. Yeah. Dr. Gabriel,
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
it's like there's an issue with the website at the moment.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay, so let's just use okay, let's use this. What's happening? Okay, it's like another person mentioned that okay, if you have a blog spot, I just want us to use something that is our own here, you know. Even me visiting the website is another plus for the person. So if you have a website, you can drop it. Any website, as far as there's a blog integration. Okay, let me just pick this medium right up. Since we don't have any, so just to so I'm going to copy this medium. I will just copy let me just copy this part. So I will copy this part. This content is AI generated. If you know, you know. This content is AI generated. I've seen something now and I know that this content is AI generated. If I see the owner, I can and I can face the person and tell the person that no, this content is AI generated. So let me just what's the instruction there? Okay. So because okay, here is the writing style. Okay. So now I have my writing style. So you can see now. So it's going to be within 500 words that I specify. That specification I gave that, okay, I want it to be in 500 words. Then use the encouraging tone and with a call to action. You know, marketers here will understand, they understand what call to action is. You see, in fact, you can see it. The call to action is even there. Take 5 minutes right now. Close your laptop. In fact, I feel like ChatGPT is talking to me right now. Take 5 minutes right now. Close your laptop, silence your phone, and just breathe. Then commit to making meditation a part of your daily routine. Small step today will transform your tomorrow. You know, that's a call to action. Although no, you can still improve on that. There are certain things that you can add into your prompt that will make it more persuasive, that can make people to be like, people to want to know what's up. So you know, you learn that if you are in my class, or if you are in my class anyway. I don't know if you are going to have the marketing class, like AI for marketing, something that I'm going to teach. But if you are in prompt engineering as well, you can talk about some things, how you can go about it. And there are other courses too that we have in over two that you should as well subscribe for. So just make sure to go for something that is related to your area of specialization. So back to my slide. So you can see now some of the things that I've put together to actually get this wonderful response from ChatGPT. So you can see now that this is actually different, and because this thing is actually looking like a blog, but in a way it's also looking like a sales, not a sales copy. Actually, it's looking like a sales copy, kind of. One is because there are certain parameters that have been included in the prompt that actually make it to look like a sales copy in a way, although it is stated that it should be a blog. You know, the marketing consultant, that's number one thing. That's one of the things that make it to sound like a content for a marketing purpose. But let's tweak it back again. I'm going to remove this marketing consultant to blog art as a blogger. So now you see the difference between the two now. So AI is thinking now. So we're waiting for AI, our AI to generate this content now. How is it taking ChatGPT this long to generate this content? So I want to use another AI. So since ChatGPT is not responding, so okay, I wanted to change something. Okay, have I changed it? Okay. So this one is already writing it for me now. So you can see that this one is looking like a blog spot now. It's different from the previous one that is looking like a sales copy, you know, with action points and so you can see the difference between the two. So that is why you have to take note of some of the your choice of words, because okay, yeah, so we now have it. So you can see this now, that this is looking like a blog, because you know the first one was actually looking like a, what's it called, like a sales copy. You know, this one is actually looking like a sales copy, and it's because of the what's it called, the marketing consultants that we have in this blog, in this prompt. That was why we're having this kind of sales copy of that is why we have this kind of output that look like a sales copy. But now when we change certain things in our prompts, you can see now that this actually look like a blog. So so that is why it is very necessary to take note of some of these, or in fact some of these parameters. Let me just put it that way. Some of these parameters, most especially when you are writing your prompt, because it will determine whether your prompt will be effective or not. So so in advanced prompting, you know, we have different frameworks. There are different frameworks for writing prompts. So, and those frameworks, they actually talk about certain parameters as well that you need to take note of. But this is actually a basic prompt. I don't want to call it a framework, but just take the word anatomy of effective prompt. So let's go to the next slide. So preventing and resolving ambiguity. So one thing is, you know, when you are writing your prompt, you know, like from the word, you know, when I started this this slide, when I started using this slide, this is not the slide I used for the first class. So on Thursday, I made mention of coherent, the word coherent, something that you can easily understand, something that AI can easily understand. So, the word ambiguity is when something is something that is difficult to understand. That is what ambiguity it's all about. And you have to prevent that most usually when you are writing your prompt, so that you can get that specific goal that you want. So, and these are the ways by which you can prevent ambiguity. So, prevention strategy: ask implicit clarifying question. Most usually, there are times that you write, okay, I will still get to that. I think it's in the last slide. Okay, it's not in the last slide. So, okay, it's here. Okay, so when you are writing your prompt, there are different strategies that you need to take note of. There are times that you write a prompt that needs that are conversation based. There are times whereby when you are engaging your AI, you have to bring it like a conversation, like you are talking to your friend. Okay, what's up? How are you? How are you doing? Get your feedback. Then it's more or less like a follow-up prompt, I've forgotten the name of the term for that concept. So for you to prevent ambiguity, when you are using that kind of strategy, you need to give simple and clarifying question. Like when you are asking your question and you feel that AI is not getting what you need to clarify it. You need to, in fact, you can ask questions if AI understand what you're trying to do. That is also a strategy when it comes to prompting. That is also in a framework when you are writing your prompt. So then the next one is define your scope and boundary. So this is talking about you defining your scope. Earlier I said, okay, it should put the prompt in 500 words. Already I have given a specific scope to hit that. Okay, I don't want this thing to go beyond 500 words. You can say that, okay, I want this thing in 3 paragraphs. It is you defining the boundary, set boundary. You are setting boundary around it. So the next one is use precise terminology. I made mention that when you are doing business writing, there are certain terminologies that you need to use. Okay, for example, what's it called? This prompt. I hope you can see my screen. So look at this. Because from this actually gave the perfect example for using clarifying prompt. You see that when I used when I used marketing consultant, I was actually getting, although I wanted to write a blog post, you can see that there are 2 confusing words. How, giving a marketing consultant, somebody that is a marketing specialist, to write a blog post, there are 2 different roles. That is why it's the output that I got is actually confusing. But the moment I tweak it a bit, although there are still some other things that I can remove as well here, but with this I think it's still fine. So the moment I actually change the role from marketing consultant to a blogger, it's helped my AI to understand perfectly well that, okay, I want to write a blog and I want a specialized person, somebody that knows about blogging, to write this post. And that is why I got this exactly. This exactly. And you can see now that, look at it, how I found focus, my 10-minute meditation journey. It's actually a blog, like a journal, like somebody journaling, like, maybe I have a personal blog. Maybe the name of my blog is Samuel something, or the way, what's it called, Dr. Gabriel. Although I think he's using his own blog for a news for news or for something related to daily updates. But if I have a personal blog that is based on lifestyle, like personal blog on lifestyle, where I document something related to my life, something related to myself, this is, you can see how I found focus, something personal, my 10 minutes meditation journey. Starting a meditation practice was one of the most rewarding decisions I made in my career, and it matters for busy professionals. I started giving advice. Sorry, not me. I started giving advice to busy professionals, and that is how you have. Excuse me. If you have spent time reading blogs, you know that this is actually the way blogs for these are content on blog. These are blog posts used to look like. So I hope you understand this using precise terminology. So avoid jargon unless defined, or define necessary technical terms clearly. So that is why we need to use precise terminology. So break down complex tasks. Break down complex tasks. Because I want, smaller, make it smaller. Focus, focused prompts reduce chance of misinterpretation. When you focus your prompt, now in this case, I gave an example. So to guide my AI, to guide the output that I want my AI to give me, that was why I gave example. That was why we gave this example. You can see the way this one started. Starting a blog was one of the most rewarding things. You can see this one too. Starting a meditation practice was one of the most rewarding decisions. You can see the pattern, the flow, that because I gave example. So break down complex tasks. So you can use the example to break it down so that AI will understand you better. So another thing is resolution technique. Ask for this is resolution technique. So when you are resolving ambiguity, so maybe you have written a content and it does not really go in line with what is resolution, like you are resolving. So maybe you have written something now and it's not in line with what you want it to generate for you. So that is when you use your resolution techniques. You want to resolve, you want AI to give you that specific goal. So ask for elaboration. So can you explain that point further? So you can pick a specific point that, I want you to dwell so much on, I want you to dwell on a particular part. So now I can say that, see, explain, or what should I use here? Should I say explain? No, I don't want to use the word explain. Explain will not go with Blogspot, with this kind of content. If I ask a question, maybe I ask AI to explain. Okay, let me just give a simple prompt. Don't mind my prompt. Explain. Explain. Okay, I have one idea. Explain. Let me go for what I can relate with. What can I relate with that I can use? Okay, explain. Okay, let me use. Okay, there's something we call go-to-market strategy. No, non non-marketing professional. So now I have this. I have this now. So now I have this now. I can now say that okay, okay, you can is now saying that okay, who is it for? These are parameters that you need to understand when you are designing your go-to-market strategy. So now I can say that okay, dwell more on this is number 2 now. Why would they care? So this is what I want ChatGPT to dwell to explain further. So you can see now it will not break it down like some other things that you should consider when you are considering that part, that when you are answering that question of who would they care? Why would they care rather? Why would they care? So it's ChatGPT is now giving me other parameters that you need to consider in that section alone. You can see that we have 5 more. I had issue with my internet, so I'm back now. So so okay. So request. Okay, I think I'm dealing. Where am I? I think request alternative. So request for alternative. Can you suggest another way to rephrase this? You can see, for instance, okay, let me use this. So let me go to DeepSeek now and use DeepSeek instead. Okay, I think I can still I can still use this. Why would they care? So let me just put this. Sorry, I hope you are following. So can you suggest another way to phrase why would they care? Sorry, why would they care? So now I think I can still use this. So now you can see I can use another term instead of using why would they care. What's in it for them? Why does this matter to, okay, I think I prefer why does this matter to the customers? Why it matters? What problem does this solve? What value are we providing? Why should they choose us? So that is how to resolve ambiguity, you know, when you are chatting or you are talking to your what's it called, to your so identify specific ambiguity. So point out exactly which part is unclear. Okay, point out when you said, so for instance, maybe you have something. Okay, when you said optimize resource, do you mean financial or human resource? When you said optimize resources, do you mean financial or human? You know, there are different kind of resources. So is you trying to get clarification, on, okay, whether AI is trying to talk about this or that one. So then the next one is talking about use constraint to stay. Okay, add focus constraint. Please focus only on. So it's more or less like a way to guide your AI to pick a specific focus. Okay, this is where I'm driving at. This is what I'm pushing for. So then why AI writing master? Okay, sorry, your AI okay, okay, yeah. So these are just things I put together for what's it called, from this class. So you know, to just close, so something I can use to close this class. So when you are writing prompt, one thing is, in fact, whatever skill that you are learning in this Nova 2, because I believe almost everybody here that you have registered. So one thing is, fundamental is key, and that is even why we actually that is why the organization have been so generous to bring this prompt engineering and what's it called, basic prompt engineering and what's it called, basic Python, that are okay as one of the fundamentals. Let all the students understand this thing. And so also, even in when you are doing AI in data analysis, so also you will have the fundamental. So one thing is you should understand the fundamentals. So in every whatever thing that you are learning, learn the fundamental. Then the number 2 thing is transform your productivity. So you can see here I wrote leverage AI as a sophisticated writing assistant across professional communication, content creation, creative projects. So whatsoever thing that you are doing, trust me, you will need prompts. You will need prompting. You need to understand prompting. Most especially when you are interacting with AI. You need to have the knowledge of prompting, because it's one of the things that will assist you. It's something that will assist you to be productive. So practice iterative refinement. Use follow-up prompts, you know. Okay, yes, iterative refinement. You know, I made mention earlier that when you are conversing with your AI, you know, I think it's one of the things that are in the advanced advanced prompting. You know, the iterative strategy, you know, whereby you pick your AI like a partner, whereby you are conversing. So when you are conversing, so that is when you use follow-up prompt. You have a prompt and you have a backup prompt that will use after you have given a specific prompt. So use a follow-up prompt to guide AI response, building on initial output to achieve your exact goal, your exact objective. Oh, there, your exact vision, yeah, your exact objective. So these are things that we need to take note of, most especially when we are writing our prompt. So so I believe you can see the last state. I believe you can see this. So you can read it to yourself, and so with some of these things that I've shared with you, I believe that it's going to assist you in one way or the other, even whether you whether you are taking AI in data, AI in cybersecurity, or whether you are taking AI in prompt engineering, or you are taking AI in cloud and AI in cloud. Yes, whether you are taking AI in marketing, whether you are using AI in which other field is that, whether you are taking AI policy, whether you are taking any of the courses that we have in Nova 2. So I believe that some of these things that I've shared with you is something that will also assist you in the journey, even beyond your training. I believe it's something that will also assist you in your own personal space. Maybe probably you want to write something with this. Oh, I understand this. I remember that guy that spoke about prompt engineering during Nova 2 introduction. You know, he mentioned this. So all of these things are meant to guide us towards effective prompting. So thank you everybody. So if you have any question, and if you have not registered for Nova 2, please do that today. Do that today. If you don't do that today, I don't know if there will be chance for you to do that tomorrow. So today is the best time to register for Nova 2 if you have not done that. So please register for Nova 2. Do you have the link? Director Mr. Solomon, can you please help us to drop the link? Okay, let me just find it. Let me stop sharing and post the link here. So if you have your question, so you can let me bring in your question now. If you have a question, so you can. So if you have a question, so I have the link for Nova 2 in the chat area, the chat box. So you can check it out and register if you have not registered. And if you are still thinking about it, if you want me to use my persuasive prompt to convince you and not to confuse you, so you can let me know. So I might take on, I might decide to wear my marketing hat this night. So any question, if you have a question, so you can signify, so you can ask a question, or better still, you can put it in the chat area. No question. Okay. So the director is not here. So actually, he called me to inform me that he's not going to be actively present. So maybe he left for a reason. He had to attend to something. But I noticed that he joined when we started. So should I call on? Let me call on one of the lecturers to just round up this class. I'll be this section. So I have the link in the chat area. So if you have not registered, you can register. Dr. Gabriel or Mr. Ozagi. So one of you can take up the mic and close the class. So can I have you, sir? Anybody? Dr. Gabriel, Mr. Ozagi. Okay. Okay. So I think maybe probably they are busy or they are engaged with one thing or the other. Okay.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
I'm happy that you guys have attended, and it's a live session, and Mr. Samuel is able to do justice with prompt engineering for you guys, and you guys are happy about it. So I hope that most of you have registered for the Nova 2 program that is coming up, and you will enjoy it. You will not regret register. You will not regret. What I mean is that your participation in that program you will never regret it. That's what I mean. So thank you all for coming, and God bless you. That's what I can tell you guys. See you in Nova 2. Bye.
The future of Africa in AI begins now. At FTLAfrica, Nova 2 is your ignition train. Explore cutting-edge tracks built for creators and communicators.
Master the skills shaping the future of tech. Engineer systems that power the world.
Lead with responsibility. Shape the future of Africa.
Don't just watch the AI revolution. Be part of it. Apply now and ignite your journey with Nova 2.